Mitch from sportschatplace.com and pickdogs.com. It is Tuesday, July 21st, 2020, here with your live show. We're live 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Of course, our best bets each day can be found at PickDogs Premium and sportschatplace.com Premium, where you can get my best bets and best bets from the world's greatest handicappers, including the guys who are on this show and who will be on our other live shows as we continue to build out as we come out of this COVID break. But really excited about everything that's going on. We got, preseason baseball happening, and while it's not baseball, and while baseball is still lower middle rung when it comes to the pecking order of the sports world, it's a hell of a lot better than what we've had recently, which is a whole lot of nothing. And, we've got, we're behind the scenes, been building. We haven't been sleeping. So just a lot of things going on. If you have any problems, any glitches, anything that you see in the premium or the free section, by all means, reach out to me, Mitch at sportschatplace.com, Mitch at pickdogs.com. It is the way to reach me, of course, for tech issues or for individual problems that you're having, logging into your accounts or anything like that. This show, not necessarily our customer service show. This is more about giving out picks. If you have an issue that is just relevant to yourself, the best place to reach me is by email. If you have something that's like a group question type thing, always the Facebook group, especially your picks and opinions. That's kind of what it's for, and this way we could see it. But good vibes to everyone out there, and of course, good vibes on the way. And speaking of good vibes, we're going to bring in Steve Monahan. Steve, good morning.
Good morning, Mitch.
Well, NBA has absolutely nailed it here. 0 cases of COVID inside the bubble. We are going to go. Tomorrow starts NBA preseason. We'll be covering every game of the NBA preseason, as well as it's just like we do the regular season, at both Pick Dogs and Sports Chat. Different guys covering the games. You get a bunch of different opinions, kind of like what we do all the time. But really, really good news, and starting to feel a little bit like normal.
Yeah, 346 tests and came back with 0. So that is really good news. And they're ready to start pouncing the ball tomorrow. So that's good.
Spread knowledge has never stopped. It never stopped. It's been going the whole time. So, but my spread knowledge show, I'm thinking about either starting it Friday or over the weekend. I'm not sure yet. The reason why I wouldn't start it on Thursday is because there's only 2 games. It really makes it not a lot of fun. But Friday I could start, or Saturday. So probably go Friday with a 10:30 show, and then go 11 o'clock. This show will move to 11 on Friday. So there. You guys pin me down on it. But good morning to everyone. And it just feels good, It kind of is just one of those things where it's like, behind the scenes, I'm busy. I'm doing videos. I'm doing all of my baseball videos. I'll be doing NBA preseason as well. And, it's a little hectic. It takes a little bit of getting used to again for me because it doesn't just happen by magic. That they get done and they get posted and everything. But it is kind of fun, and it's kind of fun to see the guys and, the guys that are sitting out. I think we're going to see them. What do you think?
Oh, I do too. I think... their human competitive nature will kick in, and they'll play.
I think they're gonna.
Victor Oladipo is practicing, but he still hasn't committed whether he's going to play, if you will, a name like that.
So the NFL has decided that there's not going to be a preseason.
I was going to get to that.
No, they haven't said that it's definitively not going to be a preseason. They're offering it up. The players.
They'll accept that.
I'm going to guess they're going to accept. Is this the end of preseason as we know it?
As we know it, I think it very well may be. 4 has been the staple for as long as you and I remember. I think it was even more.
It used to be 6.
Way back when.
When it was a 14-game
right?
season, it used to be 6 preseason games, right, which was, just as gruesome as it gets.
But they they got the testing protocols in place for the NFL. Training camp is ready to go. I don't see any more hiccups other than, positive tests, but you have to, I think, go through this testing twice at least to be cleared to get back out there. But like the NBA bubble with the protocols in place and the fact that there's 0 positive tests over the last couple weeks, or that they've been there, and then the latest one, I think it's a positive. So hopefully all the sports will have 0 positive tests, and we can play some baseball and basketball and football and all the good stuff.
To me, it's just really, really exciting. And like I've said all along, this is going to be the best August of sports that we've ever seen. I know a lot of times the Olympics come in August, but like I said, they could hold that across the street from my house. I ain't showing up. Ever since, without Jim McKay, it's not the Olympics as far as I'm concerned. It's like when NBC got the Olympic, then you got the paid athletes in there, and it's kind of like, who cares anymore? Wow, LeBron James can beat up a bunch of high school kids. It's like, you think? It's like, I like the first Dream Team, and I like the whole concept of it, but now it's like they don't even win all the time, and it's almost embarrassing. It's a different thing. It's kind of like college sports. Will be ruined when the players are paid. And I'm not saying if the players get paid. I'm saying when they get paid.
When they get paid, you're right.
Yeah, when they get paid. Will it change the game? And, it probably will a little bit, because I always felt that those guys, they always try. And that's why you see the great comebacks, in college sports, because the guys never quit. And, same thing with the Olympics. They kind of gut it out, but now they're paid, endorsement deal, ahead of time. Before it was after, Bruce Jenner, right? We see this guy on TV, or, her on TV, however, it's whatever.
Caitlyn, hello.
Yeah, whatever's the politically correct way to see it, but this guy, this woman, this person has a lot of money, and this was an amateur athlete, that won decathlon, so it's out there, for the afterwards, but it just, now getting paid to train and getting paid and all this stuff. I don't know. It took something I wasn't interested in and made it kind of less interesting. So, anything else here?
I was able to watch the Yankees last night against the Phillies. I was able to sit on my couch.
2-2.
Yeah, but I got a good look at kind of both teams. Both teams are ready to go. Vince Velasquez actually started for the Phillies last night, and he's he's been a potential guy, if you will. But he looked real good last night.
I'll tell you what, I've never seen Vince Velasquez not look good. The guy has one of the best forms of any pitcher out there. And if you just saw him pitch, maybe in the bullpen or the warm-ups, or you saw him pitch on, even out on the field for a good inning or two, that he would have, you would say, wow, this guy is something special. This is like a number one starter type guy. Then when you see him on the field and you hear the crack of the bat and you see the ball flying out of the stadium, you kind of say, what's the matter with this guy? So he's one of those guys, kind of like how Garrett Cole was for, as far as we know, still is. He kind of makes that mistake and it kind of really pays, but Velasquez really pays. He kind of implodes.
But he's added this cutter to his arsenal. I think he's been working on it.
For this one, Kirk, you should contact Spread Knowledge. I'm not really sure how they're doing it. Well, I'll ask Charles, but in the meantime, you should contact them. They have contact us on their website, and you could probably get them to restart it. Is the way that works. But yeah, Spread Knowledge is awesome. I'm going to be doing the picks again. I love doing it. But anyways,
but the Philly, I think I'm liking the Phillies a little bit more. Especially with a 60-game season. They had a Didi Gregorius at shortstop, who I think is a big, nice addition. Reese Hopkins, I think, is a good ball player. Kingery is a good ball player. And on and on. And if they can, Joe Girardi, I think, is a really good manager. They got a good coaching staff in place. So
big seller on the Phillies for me. Big sell.
Okay.
I think to me the Phillies are a team that show me something first.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Show me something first.
I'm not anointing them. I'm just saying I got to watch
I heard some
them last
anointing
night.
going on there. Heard a little bit of anointing. I don't know.
But on the flip side, my New York Yankees are ready to go. Judge has 3 homers in a couple games. He looks healthy. Giancarlo Stanton actually looks like he's in shape. And I think the Yankees have enough depth where Stanton doesn't have to play the outfield a lot. He can DH, and hopefully this guy stays healthy because he's really on the he's been a walking mash unit. And it's playing old in the city by now.
I haven't heard this kind of commentary since the last time Ruffalo opened his mouth. Anyways, we like to call it his pie hole. But anyways, I don't know,
DJ LeMahieu's back for the Yankees.
It's preseason, man. It's preseason.
It don't matter. DJ's a really good ball player, man. So I think the Yankees are good to go. And I'm still going to ride them.
A lot of really good ball players.
Get to the promised land.
Yeah, I don't see it. Not with that pitching staff. Not going to happen. Going to get rocked. Okay. Anyways, going to have to score a lot of runs. And those teams that score a lot of runs and get a lot of runs scored on them generally doesn't pan out too well for them.
Well, we got Jordan Montgomery back, who went out with Tommy John surgery, a young pitcher. He came back. He's actually throwing 95 now, 96. This kid was a 90, 89 type of pitcher. He's got good stuff. So watch out for Jordan Montgomery when he takes the mound for the Yankees.
Love Max Scherzer. Anyways, going to bring in the Puck Dogs. We're going to, what we're going to do is we're going to bring the Puck Dogs back in. We're going to go over soccer, and then Steve will bring you back in. We're going to go over the Major League Baseball preseason schedule for today. Just go down and give our picks. We're going back old school, the way that we always used to do it. It's kind of like it's going to be a little bit of a process, just like I told Ruffalo this morning in Slack. It's preseason because he messed something up, of course, and I was like, it's preseason for us too. And then he says, I'm supposed to put preseason. It's like, why does everything take 3 explanations with this guy? Anyways, got to have him. Speaking of Ruffalo, here he is. And bring in Rod Zawacki. Morning, guys.
Morning.
Rod, you sound a little bit on the low side, but Chris, it's up to you guys as far as what we're gonna do with our soccer coverage going forward. We have other guys like Goran and Al Ninos who cover a lot of soccer, and I'm not so sure they're the guys to be on this show, but maybe we do a different show that they're on. I don't know, man. It's up to you guys. If you guys feel there are best bets in soccer, things that you would bet, then we'll give out soccer picks. If there's not best bets in soccer or bets that you would bet on, kind of like the way I feel about going through that whole hockey schedule, then we're not going to talk about it. But anyways, both of you guys are available on our premium site. First time ever having premium picks available on the internet. Rod, his cup of coffee daily monthly package, I believe, is about $10 a day, maybe even a little less. And Rod, gives out a lot of picks. He's given out a lot of winners. My guess is you pay for that thing in about 2 or 3 days at the most. Anyways, Chris not getting started with his, well, I guess he has gotten started with his premium picks as well. Chris, you got anything out there for today that you think you have any daily packages out there for today?
I do. I have 2 for Tuesday. So today's two picks for the price of 1. Covering both games of the EPL today. I'm feeling really good about those. So that's going to be, like you said, in the premium area. I really like those today.
Did you come up with that yourself, 2 for Tuesday? I feel like buying it. I'm ready to go buy your picks. Anyways, what do we got on tap for the pitch today? Soccer.
So for me, in my first game, I'm gonna go to Serie A. I like Atalanta -1.5. again, the highest scoring team in the league, and I just don't like Bologna's chances here. I think Atalanta wins this one 2-0 or 3-1, so I'll take Atalanta -1.5, -132.
Rod?
Game for me. Atalanta's burnt me on that -1.5 3 times, so you're out of there. So I like this game, but for me, I'm going to take both teams to score and over 2.5 goals at -140. I think we're going to see some goals in this game, but I can't. I don't trust Atlanta to cover 2 goals. Can't do it. So both teams will score, and we're going to go over 2.5 goals here.
For my second one, I'm going to stay in Serie A. I'm going to go over 3 goals in Sassuolo AC Milan. Both teams have just been scoring a lot lately, and even though Sassuolo has held the 1 goal, they scored 2 or more goals pretty much in every game since the restart, and that's been almost the same case for Milan as well. So I'll take over 3 goals in Sassuolo AC Milan at -148.
My other pick is also in that same game. Sassuolo versus Milan. I'm going the same thing. Both teams to score and over 2.5. -165. Parlay those up together. My 2-teamer in soccer.
And then my last game, I'm going to go to the MLS, the late game tonight. I'm going to go Montreal Impact, DC United. I'm going to go with the draw at +245. Montreal's winless in their 2 group stage games. DC United's drawn both their games. I don't see there being that much to separate these two. I think they scrap it out here. So I think the draw at +245. So parlay that up. Atalanta -1.5. Over 3 in Sassuolo AC Milan, and a tie between Montreal Impact and DC United. Should pay about +920.
There you have it. Our soccer picks for today. Pretty exciting stuff. We'll recap these at the end of the show. Anyways, we're going to bring Steve Monahan back in. We're going to keep the Puck Dogs here. Didn't get my camera set up before the show. Was working on some other stuff. We got the Sports Chat column here with Ruffalo and myself. And anyways, guys, Rod, you with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Rod's like watching porn on his iPad during the show here or something. It's like, is that you porn? It's like,
No, I'm bringing it up.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Hey.
Starting.
You want to watch porn on the city bus like everybody else? It's none of my business.
That was one time.
It's like, you ever sit down next to someone on the plane and they got porn on iPad? I mean, you want to talk about awkward. It's like, what are you watching? Oh, I see. It's like,
my chair's too squeaky. It'd be a dead giveaway. It's like.
I have this woman who goes out to Vegas, and I do not know her. I have no idea who she is. But she goes out to Vegas like the same time that I do, like one of the times that I go out every year. So for some reason, we always end up on the same flight. And because we're both just single passengers, we always end up sitting next to each other. Now, she hates my guts, okay? She hates my guts. I've never said one word to this woman, but I didn't even know a partition existed between the seats until I sat next to this woman. The first time that I sat next to her 3 times. The first time I sat next to her, as soon as the plane takes off, she pulls the she partitions me. The next time I sit next to her, I saw her reach for it. I reach over, I grab the partition, and I put it up. I partitioned her. The next time, the flight attendant just put the partition up, and that was it. But it was like, I don't know, maybe she didn't like the movies I was watching, maybe she didn't like I was laughing. It was Sebastian, I'm laughing, it's like, I have no idea, but it's like she definitely partitioned me, and for some reason, this woman really hates my guts. I mean, she's like an older Hawaiian woman. Seems like she might be a nice lady. I have no idea, but I'll tell you one thing, she don't like me. She wants nothing to do with me. I offer a stick of gum around the partition. It's
like you knock on the partition.
It's like
a little hole opens up.
You gonna finish your cheesecake? It's like,
Or even worse, you have your snack on the plane, you see a hand reach around and grab a pretzel and pull it back around the corner.
Oh, it is. It's
Have any extra peanuts behind that partition?
It's like it's like she hates me so much. I didn't even know the partition existed. I really didn't. And it's funny. I was telling my friend David this story out on the golf course, and then he flew on Hawaii, and he's like, I know exactly what you mean about the partition. It's like one of the, it's like a opaque like orange with like bamboo strips, and it's like that's exactly it. Anyways, we got Major League Baseball today. We got more of the summer camp games. Let's get right to it. We got the Houston Astros taking on the Kansas City Royals at Kansas City. Houston minus 165, KC plus 135 total, set at 8.5. Chris, what are you thinking here?
Yeah, I've got to go with Houston. I'm not sold on Glenn Sparkman, even though he had a decent showing up to this point before the break hit, and I'm not sold on the Royals as a team. I think you have to go Houston here.
All right, Rod.
Yeah, I'm the same. Sparkman's gonna. What's the total on this game?
8.5.
8.5. I like the over.
This is a pitcher's park. Steve?
Houston.
Yeah, me too. I think you just keep it simple here. You just go with Houston. That's what I did yesterday. I'm going to stick with them again. I just think that in these summer camp games, you see a lot more bench players. You see a lot more bench pitchers. And when you have a team like Houston, that's a World Series team, right? 2 of the last 3 years, regardless of the Apple Watch or anything like that, they still have to hit the ball and throw the ball and do all those things. I think when you have to remember that aside from the Apple Watch, aside from all those things, Houston also drafted first for about 15 years. So, they made some pretty good picks in there.
They're loaded with talent.
They're loaded, and on both sides, offensively and defensively. I just think they have too much depth in these summer camp games where you kind of see a lot of depth. Easy pickings. We go to our nation's capital, Baltimore and Washington. Another one of those interesting games because even though one's in the National, one's in the American, both in the Eastern Division, so they are going to play each other plenty in this baseball season. The Orioles, I'm telling you, not as bad as people think. The Nationals, this has got to be the swan song for them before they head to for their opener against the Yankees. Rod, what are you thinking here?
I'm thinking you got to take Washington here to beat the Orioles.
Minus 200, pretty big price here. How about you, Chris?
Washington on the run line.
Steve?
Unanimous.
I'm going to go with the Orioles. I think the Nats are looking ahead to the Yankees. Go to Cincinnati, where the Cincinnati Reds are minus 200 against the Detroit Tigers at plus 160 on the takeback. Playing in that bandbox, Great American Ballpark, 8.5 on the total. A little bit of pressure on the over here already. Steve, what are you thinking here at Great American? I know that Braun is on the mound here. Trevor, it's Bauer on the mound for Cincinnati. This guy's got all the right stuff, and one of those weird statistics that he's great at Great American Ballpark. It is the second best hitter's ballpark in all of baseball, outside of Coors, and certain guys in this stadium can really deal. And Bauer is one of those guys. Johnny Cueto was another.
Yeah, I gotta go with the Reds here, and I think a lot of runs are gonna be scored here.
So a little Reds to the Reds over parlay for Steve. I'll make the bet for him. Chris.
Yeah, I'm on the Reds as well. Right, Bauer is dominated in this ballpark.
And Rod?
Yeah, give me the Reds on the run line.
I think I'm with you on the Reds, the run line, and the over. I think also this is something that if you are throwing out a parlay out there, just if you happen to be at the window anyway, you might want to stick the Cincinnati Reds in there with a couple of your other picks. Anyways, we got the Atlanta Braves taking on the Miami Marlins. Huge expectations from the Braves after last year, the muted expectations that we all cashed on. The Marlins, once again, low expectations. And it's weird because with no fans in the stands, the Marlins are kind of more used to that than any of the other teams in baseball. So, Steve, what are you thinking here from Hotlanta?
I'm going to take a flyer that the Braves are going to probably play the younger kids here.
Voltowitz is getting the ball here, and he tends to either be feast or famine.
Yeah. So I'll take a flyer here on the Marlins that they notch a win today. That Atlanta takes their foot off the gas, getting ready for the opener. I'll go with the Marlins.
Chris?
I know with the Braves. Urania's struggled against Atlanta in the past.
Well, Urania struggled against everyone in the past, but he has also shown some good stuff here and there. Rod?
I would take Atlanta here. I would definitely take Atlanta. I think the over's in play too.
I like Atlanta. I don't like that minus 165 price tag. I think that they're more of a minus 120. I don't love Foltowitz, to be honest with you. I think he's kind of been a little bit of an underperformer in my book. I think that we've seen he's a great 4 or 5 inning guy, which sets this game up pretty well for him. But he's not he's not going to lead you to the promised land. And speaking about not going to the promised land, we got Toronto taking on Boston. This is just Boston, just a dumpster fire last season. And the Blue Jays, well, I don't know, man. There's no place like home. What are you thinking here for the home team, Rod?
I'll take a flyer. Give me the Jays. Give me the Jays on the money line to beat Boston. Jays will be playing there, guys.
Chris?
I'll take a shot with the Jays as well. I like Nate Pearson, what he's done so far. I think he's going to open up some eyes this season, so I'll take the Jays.
Steve?
Yeah, I'm going to take the Jays too. Yes.
I love the over in this one.
But I like the over.
I like the over. We got the Rangers taking on the Rockies. You want to talk about a weird scenario? We got a team with a new stadium with no fans in it. I always hate it, like when you go to a stadium and it's like only a couple of days old, and I'm not talking like weeks old or months old. You go and it's a couple of days old, and you already start to see like paint worn down and stuff. And it's kind of like they just opened the damn thing 2 days ago. It's like how does because I've been to a bunch of stadiums where I missed opening day, but I saw like the next day, like Great American, and it's kind of like 2 days later, Maybe it was all those Pittsburgh Pirate balls flying out of the stadium. I'm not really sure what did it. But anyways, the Rangers minus $1.25 here. The Rockies plus 105. Weird thing is that the Rockies, usually the first half of the season are a really good road team, and then the second half of the season they're a really good home team. It's just one of those weird things I've noticed throughout the years. But in this one, at Texas, believe the new stadium's inside, right?
That it better be. If it's as hot in New Jersey as it is, I can only imagine what Texas is like now.
And the game's starting at 4 o'clock. Like 4 o'clock Texas time, right?
No,
that's part of the day.
No, it's 8:05. 8:05 Eastern, so that's 7:05 Texas. Chris?
I'm going to take the Rockies here. I like the Rockies bats against Kyle Gibson.
Yeah, I agree. Give me the Rockies here.
Steve?
Rockies feel the same.
I like the over. I just think I saw Rocky last night. Speaking of Rocky, I watched it last night. The original.
Did he win?
No, he lost that one. It was he fought heart of a lion. It was really it was special. Anyways, we got the Angels and the Dodgers, two teams with big expectations this season. I think anytime you can bet against the Dodgers, there's going to be value there, What are you thinking here, Steve?
I think the Dodgers scored 12 runs last night, and the Angels are coming to town up the highway. I definitely like the over. You got two, worthy teams with bats, but I'm going to go with the Dodgers here. Okay.
And Chris?
Yeah, I like the Dodgers in the over as well.
Yeah, give me the Dodgers on the run line here. You get the Dodgers minus 1.5 at a plus 115. I'll take it.
I'm going to go with the Angels in this one. I really think that, Joe Madden he has had great success in his career against the Dodgers. Really, really big success against the Dodgers. And I think that this is a manager's game. I do. I think that these two teams actually match up against each other really, really well. I think the Dodgers are way overrated this season. Way overrated. I always think that, and I say this every baseball.
Well, what does that mean? They're way overrated. I mean, they're loaded.
Well, here's what I mean by way overrated. Okay, is you just do you take out your pen and your pencil, right, and paper, and you write this down, and you say the very, very, very best teams in a 162 game schedule. The very, very, very best. Okay, the best of the best. 100 wins is a really, really good season. Okay, right? Maybe 2 teams a year at the most get to that level. Okay, at the most. Sometimes 0. Sometimes it's just one. Most of the time, really just 1. But 100 is great. That means the very, very best teams, okay, lose 62 times a year. This is the best of the best. Okay,
Absolutely.
if you lay minus 200 odds. And you lose, and you go 162. It means you've won 38 more games than you've lost, and you've lost a lot of money on that. A lot of money, and you need to win in order at an average of minus 200. And these are the prices we are going to see on the Dodgers this season. Same thing that we saw in the Astros. Same thing that we saw in Chris Sale. Same thing that we saw in all these other guys. I mean, and we're just talking about an average because we're going to see some minus 260s. We're going to see with Walker Buehler minus 300 and change. We are going to see it because we've seen it with Kershaw in the past, and he's been beat at that price. And, Kershaw was beat at minus 400 by Wandy Rodriguez 2 years ago. I mean, this happens, and, it happens. And it's like, so when you're overrated, basically it means that the odds don't add up to making money. And that's what I mean by it. That's 100% what I mean by it, is that it's a total mathematical equation. It's that when the odds make it so an improbable scenario happens. I mean, when you need to win 120 games, you need to go 120 and 42 over the course of a regular season on average to break even.
Which is not going to happen.
It's a tough way to make a living. It's a very, very tough way. Let's just say you'll be playing the Kirkland golf balls that year instead of the Titleist Pro V1s. It's going to be tough out there. I like the Kirkland balls. I don't play them. I know a lot of people that do, and I know a lot of people that really, really like them. But it's just the way that it is, and that is what overrated is. Is that baseball is just a weird game. It's just a weird, weird game, and it's like you certainly can't count on signing. I mean, who's the least impactful guys in the regular season of the free agent signings? Starting pitchers. They go once every week, Maybe some guys, depending on what day of the week their other start was, they maybe go twice over the course of a week. And you're putting, $350 million of your payroll into this guy that plays twice. It's like, he doesn't, no one's gone undefeated in the last since I can remember, right? I mean, so I that's what overrated is. That I can write a book on. We can go on all day if you want to talk about overrated. We can go player by player down the roster with salaries, payroll, and complete career stats. But that's besides the point. That it's easy, but it's like in baseball, all of the value is always the underrated way to make money in baseball. And everyone hear this. Small to mid market. That's it. Or the B team in a two team city except for the Mets. So the White Sox, you can make money. The Cubs, you can't make money. Okay? This is just the way that it is, It's just the way of the world. And right here, Angels and Dodgers, the B team in a 2-team city, boom. A's or Giants, who are you going to make more money with? A's.
A's.
Yeah. Scoop of chocolate, scoop of vanilla. Betting 101.
Same thing happens in horse racing when the same trainer puts in two horses, and you got one horse who's at a 4-5, and the other one. You know how many times I've seen this other horse that they've trained, same trainer.
I don't know
come
how
in,
many.
And he's got
How many
20 to
times?
1.
More than once?
Way more times than the famous come in. Way more.
No, I'm with you.
Way more.
To me, sports betting is not about winning all your games because that's impossible. It's impossible. The sports betting is winning is making a profit with the scenario of winning the least amount of games. So if you can win with the least amount of times and still turn a profit, then you're onto something, because if you can win, if you can now change your winning margin to a winning overall using that same strategy, then you have life-changing wins. You have to put yourself in that position. But if you're constantly betting minus 200, I parlayed 5 minus 200 teams. Yeah, I won $40. It's like that's two $20 parlays, you know? And the probability is a lot worse than that. So there's a lot of math in here. It's not like, the math, it's certainly not math that they taught me at Boston University or something. Though, I had the Olympic ski team coach was my probability and statistics teacher at Boston University, and he explained how these stats translate to skiing. And he was like, the probability that this skier is going to be able to beat me on this specific day, based on the statistical, still information I use today. Still information. So, little plug to Boston University. Doesn't mean you can send me an envelope in the mail and ask me to fill it with a check. Just means that I'm giving you a free plug there.
Don't worry, they'll send you an email every other day with that.
Oh my God! At Social Media Marketing World 2 years ago, the social media guy from Boston University, I ended up sitting next to him and something. Hey, I was social media from Boston University. I was like, I went to Boston University. Hey, can I interview you for our alumni? Yeah, I'll meet you at this place. I totally ghosted the guy. It was straight ghosting. It's like, I don't think that's a good idea. Anyway, speaking of not good ideas, I'm going to be fading the Dodgers plenty. I think there's going to be opportunity there. I do. I just think there's going to be opportunity to fade the Dodgers this season, and I plan on doing it plenty. Speaking of fading, we got the Giants at home plus 115 against Mike Fiers and the Oakland Athletics. Rod?
I'm going to take Oakland. Give me Oakland to bounce back here today and get a win.
Yeah, I like Oakland as well at minus 130.
I'd be the same, Oakland, no doubt.
I like the under. I don't know. I like the under.
It's a night game in Giants Park. The under usually comes in.
Yep. It's normally 3-1. It's like,
oh yeah. It just seems those late West Coast games, unless you're in the Dodgers and they're beating up.
you gotta love those late night games in the cannabis legal states. It's kind of just everyone's just like, there's no problem going on here. Then they show all the fans. It's like by the 6th inning, it's like the guy's got like so many refreshments in front of him. It's like he's got the full thing. It's like, wow, that's a big plate of nachos he's got there. It's like, oh, we're in Colorado tonight. It's like, whoa. Anyway, speaking of big plate of nachos, Ruffalo, you want to recap your picks? We're not going to go through it. Just your best bets. We're just the baseball is we're just warming up. Tomorrow we're going to do NBA too. So
all right, so I'll just recap my soccer. I like Atalanta minus 1.5 at minus 132, over 3 goals in Sassuolo AC Milan at minus 148. And a tie between the Montreal Impact and DC United and MLS at plus 245. Parlay those up, pays out about plus 920.
anything else you want to say for yourself?
They were not my nachos.
All right. Rod? Then what's that cheese sauce doing on your beard? That's what I got to say.
I thought I got rid of it.
So for me, I'll recap my soccer. I'm going the Atalanta versus Bologna. Both teams to score, and the over 2.5, minus 140. parlay that up with Sassuolo versus Milan, both teams to score, and the over 2.5 in that one as well. I parlayed both those up. 2-teamer in the soccer. For me, my MLB birdcage, I'm going Houston on the run line, Reds on the run line, and Oakland money line. Parlay those 3 up. You get a nice plus 533.
Steve, anything you got to say?
Yeah, my parlay would definitely be Houston too. The Reds on the over line and on the run line, and I like the Dodgers over the Angels tonight. So
All right.
it'd be my 3-teamer.
I gave out a ton of video picks today, and I'll be doing those videos just like I always do from now until forever. Until I guess next year's Major League Baseball All-Star break will be the next time that I get to do that. Of course, if you spend more than $100 or you have a pre-existing subscription that you need reactivated, just contact me, Mitch at sportschatplace.com or Mitch at pickdogs.com. If your old subscription that I'm reactivating is worth more than $100, I'll send you one of these free t-shirts, just like the ones that I wear in the Pick Dogs videos. Of course, a lot of people unsubscribed and turned off your notifications when the break stopped. I don't blame you. We didn't do any videos anyway. We just did live shows. But you can see right here, we're starting to get some of our YouTube followers work in that YouTube neighborhood where they don't tell you exactly how many subscribers you have on here. They round it off to the nearest 100. It's not the nearest 100. You have to be within like one for them to raise it up. So it just means that we have, you have 14,499 or 498 or higher to that. So you can see where it's already coming back up. I'd like to see this thing go 6 or 7 digits is really our goal with 7 digits, 1 million subscribers. So let's get back on it. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It helps us. Of course, we've got premium picks available. Got the world's best handicappers. I'm so excited about our new crew of handicappers. I really am. We have some of the best cappers out there. We have these guys, kind of a mix, of all the handicapping sites out there. I really think that we have a nice mix. We've got some young guys, we got some new guys, we got Rod, we got Chris, who you guys know their reputation, Steve. We've got Al McCourty. So it's like we got guys that have been doing it for 30, 40 years, and we got guys that have been doing it for 30, 40 minutes, and it's like, but I don't mean that they've been handicapping, just having their picks available to purchase like that. So you don't see Rod on any other site, Chris on any other site. Of course, I'm not on any other site either. But we have, like I said, Al McCourty, Matt Fargo. You guys will meet these guys along with Joe Duffy, Alex Smart, Tony Tellez, pretty much the who's who of handicapping, less a few guys that I think got dropped on their head. But anyways, this is Mitch. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day, everyone. I can't wait to talk to you guys tomorrow because guess what we got tomorrow? NBA preseason in the middle of the regular season. It's going to be awesome. With us, Major League Baseball, as we phase out the soccer segment. Have a great day, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow. Oh, we got a question about hockey. This is for the Puck Dogs. With hockey around the corner, will you do a special Puck Dog show earlier to discuss, or will it be covered on a daily show? Also, will it be next Saturday before the games or earlier than that? We could do a special hockey preview show if you guys wanted to.
I'm down.
We'll figure it out.
I'm down for. We were actually going to discuss this with you off the thingy and be like, hey, can we do a hockey show? So there's the question. Yes, we would love.
And maybe we'll get Dana. Maybe we'll get Dana Lane on to do the hockey show as well, because Dana's awesome at hockey. Dana's awesome at hockey as well.
Since we know how much you love hockey, so.
Yep.
Which is better? Which do you like more, hockey or soccer?
All right, I'll be putting up my Major League Baseball picks for opening day. As well. I haven't put any picks in at all, so I'll be putting mine up. So if you haven't contacted me, if you have an existing package, by all means, the way to do it, Mitch at sportschatplace.com, Mitch at pickdogs.com, so I can reactivate. So many people didn't want a refund. They just wanted to be reactivated when we started again. And I'm going to guess Charles at Spread Knowledge, it's going to be the same thing. Can't wait to do the Spread Knowledge show as well. Man, I'm Everyone repeat after me. I will never take sports for granted again. Have a great day.